We developed relationships. We went to coffee. When necessary, we made phone calls to their offices to let them know that we wanted their support on specific bills. Now, let me tell you, I hate calling people on the phone. But it's so much easier than I had anticipated. I barely had to talk to anyone. And my voice was heard in about 60 seconds. I like to think that our phone calls helped push these bills through the state Senate and onto the state assembly where they are now. Once again, though, let's go back to our "this is fruitless" way of thinking about homelessness. Harriet would disagree with you. Harriet, 55 years old, had a job and lived in an apartment. She got sick, missed too much work. She was fired. She had no savings and no family to help her. And she ended up on the street for 2 years. Eventually, she was connected to the services that she needed and found housing through Many Mansions, a housing support organization in Thousand Oaks. Organizing is about listening to our stories and the stories of our neighbors, working together to make the policy changes needed to make all our lives better, and believing that housing is a human right. You may think that with the tens of thousands of people living on the street, housing one person probably won't make a difference. But it will sure make a difference to that one person.
If you're a member of the Sukkot Shalom team, let me ask you to please rise for a moment. Anyone who's a member of the Sukkot Shalom team, stay standing. First of all, if you want to get involved and help us in this important work, it ain't going to get fixed unless we get involved. These are people to talk to. If you've ever been involved with Sukkot Shalom in one of our educational sessions, in some outreach to support the unhoused, in collections and whatever, let me ask you to please rise for a moment. We hope to expand this group. It's you. Talk to these people and let's fix the world. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. I'd like to call up now Sydney Green to help lead us in the Amidah. We're on page 48, then 50. Please rise.
Is this thing on?
Yai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, yai, lai, 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 yai, lai, 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 lai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei ata Adonai, Magen Avraham,
Be'ezrat Sarah.
Page 50.
Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai.
Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechaye Hakol ata, Rav Lehoshia, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Mechaye Hakol.
Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukedoshim bechol yom, yehallelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai.
Please be seated.
Shabbat Shalom. Hi, I'm Sydney Green. I'm an Orami 8th grader. I just started my 8th grade year, and I'm really grateful to have become a bat mitzvah in Israel this summer on the Orami trip. It was a really special experience. Israel is a beautiful country full of history, breathtaking sights, as well as both emotional and spiritual meaning. When I suggested to my parents that we go to Israel for my bat mitzvah, I never thought I'd actually be going. I was just kind of throwing it out there for them to reject. But I just wanted them to know that, like, it'd be cool, right? But now that we've traveled there, I know that this incredible experience will be with me forever, in my heart, in my mind, and in a couple really special items that I have. Thousands of years ago, our biblical ancestors escaped slavery in Egypt, and after wandering in the desert for 40-ish years, they finally entered the Promised Land. My Torah portion discussed this journey and how difficult it was for the Israelites. Yet, I'm so glad they stuck to Jewish values and persevered, because Israel's amazing, and I felt so connected to Judaism when I was there. And I feel even more connected now with all the memories from the trip being back at Orami Synagogue. During the trip, we visited so many synagogues, speaking of synagogues, and other religious sites, but I really enjoyed going to the Kotel, or the Western Wall, or the Wailing Wall. It has a lot of names. It's a part of the last remains of the temple destroyed by Romans in 70 CE, and for generations, our people have placed notes, prayers, really, in the cracks between the large stones, which I also did, and my family did. It was really awesome. This summer, when I went up there, a wave of history just washed over me, figuratively. Luckily, there's no water there. But I thought about how many battles, metaphorically and literally, were fought so that we as Jews could be accepted and valued, and so that we could have a state of our own. It means so much to me that I was in the same place as my ancestors. Israel, of course, still faces deep conflicts, as any nation does. And I realize that I might be treading on political thin ice here, but while I deeply love Israel, I believe that some of the things the Israeli government is doing right now are unjust. The so-called Judaical reform will actually give the current Prime Minister of Israel total control over the Israeli courts. So, this sounds like a dictatorship to me. Without real checks and balances, this could... yeah. Without checks and balances, this could greatly change Israel, and probably not for the better. Already, there are ministers in the government who are very hateful and non-accepting towards some LGBTQ plus people, which is just simply wrong. This is obviously not ideal, so me and my mom attended a protest. Even with my horrible translation skills, I could piece together that these protesters were very much fighting with passion and courage to maintain Israel's democracy. I very much admire that about them. They are sabras. They're spicy people. They're spiky people, but they have passion. That is one thing they definitely do not lack. I'd like to say that Ormi's rabbis who led the trip to Israel are absolutely amazing. Rabbi Paul Rabbi Paul was the one who actually officiated my bat mitzvah ceremony, and he's been teaching about Judaism ever since coming to Ormi. And Rabbi Lana, yay! Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm a little delirious. Rabbi Lana was the most incredible tour guide in the world. I was so happy to get to spend time with her on that trip. She made every learning experience memorable, and she really showed us Israel for the amazing country that it is. And somehow, I did not get bored once listening to her. And that is saying something, because I have the attention span of a goldfish. Sorry. The actual bat mitzvah service took place in Katzrin at an ancient temple in a Talmudic village that's thousands of years old. It's older than some of the people in here, which is crazy. I'm not gonna name anybody. It was definitely special to become a bat mitzvah in such an ancient location. I know that millennia ago, other Jewish families celebrated their simchas in that temple. By the way, simchas are joyous moments. It's just such an incredible concept to visualize and to think about. Overall, I obviously really enjoyed the trip, and this experience truly brought me closer to Judaism and to Israel. And I'm so incredibly grateful for every single experience that I had along the way. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.